It's okay, sweetie. Let it out. We are right here with you. Do you want some of your milkshake?
You three are the reason my life fell apart. Sit down, eat, stay silent, and do not follow me. If you do, you will regret it. The stepmother's words came out hard and fast, like she had been waiting to unload them all day. She did not wait for a reply. She slid out of the booth, fixed her coat, and walked out of the diner as if leaving 3 little girls behind was no bigger than dropping off laundry. The triplets were only 4. Lily, Rose, and May sat in the red booth shoulders, pressed together, too small for the seat, too scared to move. Their matching pink sweaters were thin, their knees barely reached the edge of the cushion, and their hands were sticky from syrup they had not even wanted. Lily stared at the door like it might open if she held her breath long enough. Rose kept, wiping her cheeks even when no tears fell. May counted the napkins in a quiet whisper. 1, 2, 3, 4. As if numbers could bring order to a world that had just cracked. The diner was warm, but the warmth felt far away from their booth. It smelled of coffee, grilled bread, and old oil that lived in the walls. The afternoon rush had passed, leaving only a few customers. A pair of truck drivers by the window paused mid-bite. A young couple near the counter looked up, then looked away. The manager behind the register frowned and pretended to be busy with receipts. Everyone had heard. Everyone understood. And still the silence stayed, thick as a curtain. Mia Torres saw it all. She was the waitress with a worn apron and a quiet strength that came from a life that never gave her easy days. At 26, her eyes carried both tiredness and heat, the kind that comes from surviving without losing your heart. She had grown up in foster homes after her mother passed away, moving from place to place like a suitcase nobody wanted. She knew the look of a child who had been left, the way their bodies shrink, the way they speak too calmly for their age, the way they stop expecting help before they even ask Dot. She watched the stepmother leave. She waited 2 minutes, then 3. The parking lot outside stayed empty, except for sun glare on cracked asphalt. No car pulled back in. No shadow returned. The girls were still sitting in that booth, smaller now, like they were trying to disappear. Mia walked over and crouched to their height. Her voice stayed soft, but her chest tightened. Sweethearts, where did she go? Lily opened her mouth and froze. Rose blinked fast, trying not to cry. May swallowed once and said it straight, almost like she was repeating something she had heard too many times. She is not our mom. She is our stepmom. She said she is done with us. Mia felt the words hit her ribs. She glanced around again. People were listening without helping. A truck driver lowered his eyes to his plate, jaw tight. The couple near the counter shifted uncomfortably, but stayed quiet. The manager sighed, as if trouble had walked in with. The girls. Mia stood up and went straight to him. Call the police. They were left here. He started to argue, then saw the steel in her face and picked up the phone. Mia returned before fear could take root in the triplets' hearts. She slid into the booth across from them so they would not feel surrounded by strangers. She brought hot cocoa with extra marshmallows, then pancakes cut into small squares. The girls ate slowly, careful, like kindness might vanish if they moved too fast. Mia kept her body relaxed, her voice steady, and her eyes kind. She knew children could feel panic the way skin feels cold air. Between sips and bites, the story came out in little pieces. Their real mom had died last year. Their dad worked far away, long shifts, trying to provide and stay strong. The stepmother came into their home after the funeral, smiling at first, then turning sharp when grief did not behave the way she wanted. She got angry at their noise, their needs, their sadness. The girls learned to be quiet to avoid her moods. They learned to make themselves small. May looked up at Mia, eyes wide and tired, and asked a question that was more pain than words. Are we in trouble? Mia shook her head right away. No, baby, you are safe. You did nothing wrong. Lily gripped Mia's sleeve and whispered that Dad would not come because Stepmom said they were too much. Mia reached across the table and held all three hands at once. You are not too much. You are three little girls who deserve love. Adults fail sometimes. That is on them, not you. Time dragged like wet cloth. 40 minutes, 50. The manager kept peeking over, tapping his foot, already annoyed. The customers kept watching, half guilty, half curious. Mia stayed calm. She did not raise her voice. She did not need to. Her silence was her power now. She became the steady center the girls could lean on. Then the diner door opened again, and the air changed. A man in a dark suit stepped in, scanning the room with eyes that moved fast. Not like a customer, but like someone searching for life. He spotted the booth and rushed over. Are these the Reddick triplets? Mia nodded, heart lifting slightly. The man's shoulders dropped with relief, and his voice softened. Thank you. Stay with them. Their father is coming right now. He turned aside and spoke into his phone in a low, urgent stream. Found them. Safe. Bring the car. A tight murmur spread through the diner. Someone whispered the Reddick name like they knew it from the skyline. But Mia only watched the girls, who did not care about names or money. They cared about one thing. Their dad. 10 minutes later, a black Rolls-Royce rolled into the parking lot, so smooth it looked like it floated. It shined under the sun like a piece of night brought into daytime. People stood without meaning to. Even the manager leaned forward to look. The door opened, and a man stepped out fast, rich suit wrinkled, hair messy, face stripped raw by fear and love. He pushed through the diner doors like he had been holding his breath for an hour. The triplets saw him through the glass. They froze for one heartbeat, caught between hope and fear of being wronged again. Then they ran. Dad. They crashed into him all at once, three small bodies clinging like they could not risk letting go. He dropped to his knees on the tile, arms wrapping. All three, voice shaking. I am here. I am so sorry. I thought you were safe. Lily buried her face into his neck. Rose cried into his shoulder. May pressed her cheek to his chest and breathed like she had been holding her breath the whole time. He looked up at Mia, eyes wet and grateful. You stay with them. Mia nodded once. They were alone. His jaw tightened with guilt, but his voice remained gentle for the girls. People think love is loud. Sometimes it is just the person who does not walk away. Before leaving, he placed a simple card beside Mia's tip tray. Call me. I want my girls to remember who kept them safe. The triplets waved from his arms, their faces still red from crying. But calm now, like their world had found its ground again. The Rolls-Royce drove away with the girls safe inside, and the diner stayed quiet after. But it was not the old silence of looking away. It was the silence of people realizing what they had almost let happen without lifting a finger. Hey, room full of adults can stay frozen. One steady heart can move the whole day back toward what is. Right. If this story moved you, comment where you are watching from. Tell us what you would have done in Mia's place. And subscribe for more stories that honor quiet heroes who stand up when others stay still.